I don't often walk this way, so it might take them a little while to catch up, to catch on. It was quiet. Obviously it's 7:20 a.m. As soon as I left the house, it's like the bustling starts everywhere. Everyone's out in the street. It's madness. It's not like a big city like London or anything, it's a little seaside town in the south of England. Fog lights on. But as soon as you leave the house, it doesn't matter what time. It's like 5 in the morning, and there'll be hundreds of them about, all set, ready to do their job. The call's going up that you're about to leave, so they all pop out of nowhere. Like I said, I started walking along here about 10 minutes ago. No one about, but now all the cars are coming, and the cyclists, and everybody have to kind of change their route from the route that I'm usually taking. I was thinking about this yesterday. I was walking down the street, and I come close to a bit in the street where I had a couple of options about what direction it was that I would go in. So I could either go straight on to get back to where I live, or I could go left to take me back to where I live, but just like a little cut through. And in the distance, never seen so many people on bikes, It doesn't matter what time. I could leave the house at 11 o'clock and these same people would be doing this same thing. It's just madness. It's just the same actors, You've got the bike actors, you've got the car actors. They're just told what to do, and they have to do it at specific times. I've been to the shop, I've got up early for the shop being opening, like the corner shop, and I've had, mothers there that have dragged their children out in their pyjamas just to just to do a little bit of role playing. It's fucking madness, These people, they've still got sleep in their eyes, and their hair's a mess, and they come out, they've been told the call's gone up, go out, collect your £5 for being around her, for filming her, for just seeing her, for being part of our illusion that we're trying to create around her. One with its face covered, of course. Yeah, I would do that as well. I would be too ashamed to show my face. Yeah, it's funny. But yeah, I was walking, and I had two options about where to go. And I could see in the distance, if I went straight on, there was they'd put a group of kind of teenage, like older teenage, young guys. And then there was a couple as well. They're just these people, this group of like 6 people had just appeared from nowhere in front of me. And they're trying to force your hand. They try and manipulate what direction it is that you're going to go in. And they think if they put crowds of people, again, it's AM. They think if they put crowds of people that you're going to choose, option B. You don't want to walk past all these crowds of people. And in the past, I wouldn't have wanted to walk past them. I would have chose to turn to the left. But now I'm kind of aware of the manipulation that they're trying to carry out towards me. So I think what would happen if I went left? Well, they would have the little skits set up to the left, wouldn't they? Well, whereas if I go straight on, I just have to walk past them. Hello? And so usually in days gone by, I would have went left just to avoid this crowd of people, and they know that. They try and force your hand, try and manipulate every situation around you. They do the same in supermarkets. They'll crowd the end of the aisle so that you have to turn around and walk the opposite way, and then they'll have something set up that way already, so you kind of fall into their trap. They're not forcing you really to do anything, but they're manipulating you in such a way that you're going to choose the easiest option for yourself. And of course they've studied you like they've studied me for years and years. So they'll know, your likes and dislikes, whether you try and avoid crowds, whether you go to crowded places, or if you what kind of people would make you scared. If you don't like walking past dogs, they'll put dogs in your way. If you don't like, crowds of children, they'll put that in your way, and just to try and manipulate it. So I didn't go left. I went straight on. I went past this couple and these youths, and the couple looked pissed off as I walked past them, like I'd chosen the wrong option, like they had something really great set up for me down this street. And the youths, the three youths, they all looked ashamed actually, which is kind of, I don't know, kind of cheered me up. Like they should look ashamed, but they did look ashamed, to try to kind of hide their faces. But then I came round, and as I walked past the end of the street that they were trying to manipulate me to go down, a fire engine drove out of that street. So, it was obviously, that was the play that they wanted, was for me to go past that. But, I mean, they made me see it in the end anyway. It doesn't particularly bother me, but you need to watch, I always, or is this his one headlight? See him? Don't know if you caught that. It's not a very good camera. I don't tend to bother with that kind of stuff. It's only when I'm talking that I kind of notice it more. But they'll drive past you very aggressively as well. Wherever I walk, I walk out in the countryside quite a lot in the path, and I've had people on more than one occasion. They've scraped their hubcaps or their alloys along the curb, just try to drive as close to me as possible to try and intimidate me. It's funny, you'd wreck your own car, but it's not their own car, it's the car they get given to participate in that particular role play that they're going into. It's like a multi-level marketing scheme, like a, what do you call it, like a franchise, like you get McDonald's. Oh, what's that number, 3,720? We've all got rucksacks as well, as you can see. That's the new favourite thing today of the day. The new favourite thing. They all have rucksacks. Everyone walking past me will have a rucksack on. Because I carry a bit of rucksack, so it's the new thing to try and mimic and mock me in some way. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is that they think it's going to do to me. I mean, just get me to notice. Is that part of the plan? I mean, okay, I notice. But yeah, sorry, it's like a franchise, if they open a new McDonald's, then the manager or whatever, the franchise owner, is the one that's bought into that. So they've had to pay McDonald's for the privilege of using their branding, and they get trained by McDonald's, and they buy into it, and then they get to hire their staff. So, I mean, they're kind of the owner, but they're not really. I mean, they own it, but McDonald's ultimately owns it, but they buy into this franchise so they can have this store, And I don't know, I don't know exactly how it works, I've never done it, but I presume McDonald's will take like a portion of the pay or whatever, whatever. I don't understand how it works, but the gang stalking is pretty much like that. So you'll have like a franchise leader. Now, it's not me who comes up with this stuff, who knows this stuff, who just automatically realises that that's what's happening. See how close he came to me then? Yeah. It doesn't bother me. I mean, if they hit me, they hit me. I'm not, I don't want to live a long life in this shithole. I've got no desire to do that, I'm not going to kill myself. I'm never going to take my own life, but to live a long time in this absolute hell is not my idea of happiness. I don't have any desire to do that, to live to fucking 70, 80, 90. I don't want to. So if they hit me, then that's fine. Of course they won't hit you, because then they'll go to jail. They don't want to do that. They just want to be little coward freaks. That one went extra wide. I don't know if you've seen, because I just said see how close it came to me, so that one drove on the opposite side of the road, because they're listening to everything you say, it's not me who realised this whole franchise kind of analogy. It's someone who's really, really clever, who sent me some information, and that was part of the information that come up, that there'll be someone like a franchise owner, as if you can kind of see them as, and they'll buy into it, and then other people will put money into the franchise, and they'll get to play a part in it, and then they'll get given cars. You can buy different kind of levels, buy different degrees of levels in the game, if you like, in the franchise. So you can be like kind of bronze. You can have bronze level. See how wide they're taking it now into the other side of the road. You can have bronze level, where you kind of get like a standard car, and you can do standard things, and they're maybe bronze level is maybe for people with they've got full-time jobs and they've got a decent job and they don't have much time to take part in this, but they can do it on occasion, so they'll kind of follow you for when they're not working or whatever, when they've got a bit of free time, and they'll kind of log in and out when they want to do it. And then you'll have obviously silver level, and it goes up and up, and the higher the level you are, the more money that you've put into it, the more time that you commit to it, so the better kind of tools you get to take part in your stocking, so you'll get a better car and things like that. So the more time that you have on your hands, the kind of better things that you'll get. It looks like someone I was in the army with. It wouldn't surprise me. There was a guy drove past me a couple of months ago, and I swear, I suppose it could have been their doppelganger, really, couldn't it? You can't say for 1,000% you hear the sirens in the background. This guy, when I was in the army, and I lived next door to him and his wife. His name is Matt Wright, and his wife's name is Avril. They were from Yorkshire. And he drove down my street as I was coming back. The sirens just stopped. Let's see what goes past. Oh, it started again. He drove down my street, and it said PS Security. So Matt Wright and his PS Security down my street. I think him and his wife Avril were from Yorkshire, but it just happened to drive past me. This guy went past me yesterday and the day before as well. Web Interiors, get it? Web, Spider's Web. There we go, because I mentioned them earlier. Anyway, there's no fire, there's no cats stuck up trees. Don't panic, anybody. There's nothing. These people don't do anything. They don't do fuck all for a living. Trust me. My dad was in the fire brigade, and even in the 70s and 80s, they were doing fuck all, because that's what he told me. It's the same as the people in the military. The people that stay in the fire brigade for a long time are lazy bastards who know that they're doing absolutely fuck all for a living and getting away with it. It's the piece of piss easiest job in the world. Heroes. I fucking laugh at that, Heroes. Aye, alright then. Okay, when was the last time you heard of a fire? Anyway, it's not a slag off the fire brigade day. I'm sure there's some decent firemen. My dad was one of them, but lots of them who are just gang stalkers. That's all they do for a living, is gang stalk. That's what they do. That's what they enjoy doing. That's what they take part in. Anyway, that's all for now, so you take care. God bless. Lots of love. Bye bye.